Hey, what's good everybody? Welcome to another review. Today we're going to talk about the Kaiyodo Amazing Yamaguchi My Hero Academia Katsuki Bakugou. Listen, if you love the Deku, just go out and buy this. Um, nah, I'm kidding. I'm going to evaluate it fairly, obviously. But I will say this, I love the Deku. Even with the minor gripes I had, I loved it. And design-wise, I see why they made the choices that they made on Bakugou, which makes it an utterly fun figure. But if you are not used to posing your figures a certain way, or you don't like Revoltech joints, this still will not be for you. Because it's easily one of my favorite figures to pose. But again, there is a learning curve. But if you have Revoltech Harley, you know that they learn to get a little easier on the joints. And they're trying to do better that it not all ratchet joints and overcomplicated. They are really finding a way to stylize, but also look really good. So without further ado, let's jump into Bakugou, right? Our look here is really, really solid. He has the height, the build, the weight. He looks really good. And there is no real articulation hindered in most ways. He's solid, right? But design-wise choice for his weapon of choice, which is his grenade arms. Some people are not going to like the fact that there is an arm change mechanism. And some people are not going to like the really long neck on Bakugou. Me personally, it does not bother because it allows for great articulation. But standing still is going to look really long to some people. Like Bakugou's neck is not already extremely long. It's shown like almost all the time how it is a long neck. Even if it is exaggerated, it's very much kept close to its proportions. Even on our backside, you see, even though it's pretty plain, these are going to be like a real sore eye for people who love to pose them a certain way, but don't like to see the backside like this. This is really what you need to worry about. This should be your main thing, which everything else design-wise looks great. But articulation-wise, like I said, as you can see here, I'm going to just pull back a little bit. This neck is actually really, really long. Like, it's extremely long. But the head placement allows for tons of range. You know what I mean? Like, you can't get over or kill the fact that that is there for you. Even these are articulated, which allows for lots of movement. Right? But then we have our neck brace. This neck brace is actually pretty cool. They've made it so that way you can take it off if you want and add it as you see fit. I like to keep it on. Doesn't bother me, but it can rotate up and down slightly, and you can remove it on both sides. You can see I just did there with no issue, right? Even plugging it back in should not be an issue whatsoever. So plug that bad boy back in. As far as our arms go, let's back it back up. It's really crazy because we can actually fold out with no problem. We have that double revolver joint right here in the arm. This will allow to sequence bicep swivel if you want. As you can see here, me turning it and rotating it. But Bakugou has full arm extension to hit a T-pose. He can rotate down and around if you want. We have a single joint on the arm, but it goes deep enough so that way you can actually double joint it when you do the arm swap. With the grenade arms on, you will not be able to do that because they're going to get in the way, obviously, that bicep swivel. And this is the arm gimmick. We're going to stop here and talk about the arm gimmick for a second. Some people didn't like the fact that it is actually a swappable part. You know what I mean? You can just pop it off if you want. I personally don't mind this. I think it's a good gimmick, and it'll keep you from breaking it right away because it's a really soft tab. But like I said, it doesn't bother me. But it will bother some people, especially if you're pretty rough. I am usually rough, but I'm used to breaking my own stuff. Our ab crunch is pretty deep as well too. As you can see here, you can actually rotate to the side as well. So you have lots of range of movement. As you can see, even with a tuck forward, Bakugou can look straight forward pretty much at you. So that means you can actually get really deep poses. When you put the torso back up, you can actually rotate it even more, and you get a nice forward leg crunch. You can move forward. We have a double joint that tucks in, and that's why this backside, it looks pretty terrible, but it allows you to tuck your leg all the way in and get that nice rotation. You actually have really great thigh swivel as well. You're going to have super generous ankle pivot because of the revolver joints, and you do have a toe pivot as well. So you actually are covered in many ways for Bakugou to really get like the best of the best articulation wise. Like even right here, like look how crouched down he is. He just looks really good. Solid, standing on his own, literally no issues whatsoever. Posing like this is really, really good. And I'm trying not to curse because I like posing these are so much fun. For instance, because I'm not going to change any hand poses here, we're going to actually rotate these to do some solid Bakugou posing, right? Just a few before we jump into some other stuff like our accessories. And we're going to do like, so look at that. That was a really easy pose. Or let's say you want to do Bakugou lunging or hopping over something. Look at this. Like, these are easy poses to do. There are no clicking joints for the people that said they hate those. You don't have to worry about that. The learning curve on this guy is not steep at all. Like, you can literally jump in and have fun with him. This is a really easy pose you can do. If you want to do Bakugou flying through the air. And the reason why I dropped that is because I was actually messing with that. But yeah, that doesn't excuse it. I made it loose on my own, but it does not excuse it. Oops. So, let's do one with Bakugou flying through the air. Let's do our neck forward, right? Let's press our legs forward. Get that ab crunch going. And arms backwards because Bakugou likes to use his quirk to propel himself forward. And as you can see here, it looks really good. This is solid all the way through and through. Now, we're going to talk about some accessories. And this is where it gets really crazy with the swapping and the fun. And I really like how this goes down. But it might turn some people off. Hopefully not, but we'll see right here. So real quick, let's pose a Bakugou. And then we are going to talk about accessories. See you guys in a second. Now, Bakugou actually has a ton of stuff that we can sit down and talk about forever, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try to get down to talk about it for just a bit. But what's really cool about Bakugou is, one, the amount of accessories he has and how compatible they made him with Deku to make sure that you can actually swap parts and have a good time. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take one arm, I'm going to pop this piece off, right? And we're going to talk about how they actually give you the ability to swap this out for an alternative one. And you'll get two of these. And this one is a little bit longer. Actually, no, wait. It's the same size. Oh, this one is for the extended piece. So this one actually is a little bit longer. This one is a little bit longer. And this one is for when you want to do the move where you pull the pin out of the grenade. Or you want to use it for the AP shot. And just kind of shoot it from here. This is the AP shot effect. So if you want, you can actually shoot them from here. Or if you want, you can actually place one of the large explosions here with the help of one of the millimeter joints that you'll get, which are so tiny, so please don't lose these. These are so hard to focus on because they're so tiny. But you'll get one of the millimeter, and you can actually place one of these inside and place them in here. You can also do it with the smaller one as well when it's not extended. It's really going to be up to you how you want to go about that. But I'm actually going to pop this in, pop it back, so I don't lose track of that. Next up, you're going to get two pieces for our regular bear arms when he takes these off. These are really, really cool, and they are marked left and right. You might not see it because of some photo light glare. You can see the L and the R, they are marked. And what's going to happen is there's going to be two tabs to lock in. Oop. Right there. So you're just going to make sure the tabs line up. Place them. And this is where some people didn't like it because sometimes they don't line up. Personally, I heated mine up a few times to make sure they line up because it does get a little tedious sometimes. Or sometimes they don't line up completely right. And you just don't want anything snapping and breaking. I don't fault anybody for feeling some type of way about that. So you have to be very, very careful, please. So I got mine lined up by pushing it in a little bit, and it still comes out just a little bit, which, like I said, can get bothersome. So while the tabs were a good idea, because of QC issues, they may not line up properly, and you may need to heat them up to be soft. So please be aware of that, guys. I don't want you guys breaking your stuff. But as you can see, you'll get the bare arms. This is actually pretty cool because you can rotate that joint. There's going to be a peg hole on the backhand side. that allows you to do other effects that you'll get with Bakugou, like this. And you'll get 2 of these. This effect would allow you to pull down your effect hand, and I'll show you how to do that in a second, right? There's a peg here too for it. And what's really cool is, let's talk about the other hands first before we get into that, right? You will get thumbs up hands. You will get your action open palms, and there's a peg here inside, obviously, for when you want to attach explosion joints, which is pretty cool. And then you'll get your open blasting hands. Equally as important when because you're Bakugou, always angry. No apparent reason why, but you are. So, let's say you wanted to do this open hand. We're going to add a joint here. Let's do it properly before I mess this up. I've actually just jumped straight into this review. I haven't done any photos yet, so I'm hoping that I can get some really cool ideas. I really am. And now that one of our joints are attached properly, let's rotate it around and attach this. And as you can see, it looks really good. Or you can even attach it here. So let's take another joint. We're going to attach it to the backhand side of the arm. Let's get that to line back up. Oop, I dropped a piece. But as you can see here, you can have a lot of versatility here. Let's change our focus. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't add a hand yet, but you can change a lot of the versatility here. And even with our bigger explosion, which we have here, what's cool about this is you can actually detach it to have a smaller explosion. So if you want ones that fit in hands or look like thrust effects, sorry, I had a whole brain melt. You can attach it to a peg piece that's attached here to cause another explosion, to have a delayed reaction. And then use these as you see fit as a bigger sort of explosion. You'll actually get 2 of these too. So you'll have a lot of option parts and explosion effects to choose from by just mentally like swapping stuff around and making it look cool, which I think is pretty awesome. Next up, we are going to talk about how, for the back of the fist, I want to talk about that real fast. The back of the fist is also equally important because for the AP shot, you can attach right to the backhand side. Also cool. So there's even a peg here for the back to add even more explosion. So you actually have a ton of port options for putting your explosions in certain places. Before we continue onto the face plates, I'm going to take Deku real fast. I'm going to pop his arm out real quickly and put this peg out. Let me see if I can wiggle this peg out in time. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Gotta do it off camera. But it's not coming out. So I'll have to heat that up later. But basically the joint is supposed to be compatible, which it is. I've attached it the wrong way for obvious reasons. I couldn't get the peg out properly. But yeah, you'll be able to attach it to Deku as well. So that means you can attach these parts to him should you choose to do that. Let's just put Deku away. Now faceplates. This is where it gets really interesting. Because you will get your normal masthead. And you will get here your screaming head. You'll have the option of taking out the eye plate and having over 4, 8, 11 other options for eye plates. I have it upside down so we can see it on camera. But yeah, you get 11 other options for plates, even a blank plate, so you can look like you're staring. Actually, nope, that's just turned around. See? Tripping. But yeah, these were all our hands were. Here's an extra peg here for attaching the very important comic effects. So you get a boom effect. And then this one is horizontal. You'll get a vertical boom effect as well. As you can see here, I have tons of stuff out. So you'll have a horizontal and a vertical boom effect. Then you'll get 2 unmasked heads. One is going to be your dead on face. There we go. This is going to be your dead-on face. There will be no swapping of the eye plates on this one. And then you have your pretty much the pity Bakugou face, pissed off looking to the side. This is where one of those things actually are important because he makes this face a lot. This is a signature face for Bakugou. And on top of our hair, which I haven't really covered all that well because we have it here. Let's back it up a little bit. So with our head, we can actually pop these out at any point in time. And you can have a normal masked head, right? Now, if you want to swap this and have a non-masked head, you have an extra normal back hair. And the difference is with our masked back head, there's going to be a black plate that's going to line up with your mask. See, right here? With your normal head, you don't have that. See? It's actually, it looks like it's a slightly different color, but it's not. It's just, I'm in the way. So outside of the joints and everything like that, you will have a great time and a slew of options to choose from with Bakugou. I'm going to clean up this mess so I can get ready for the size comparison. So I'll see you guys in a second. Size comparison time. This is where it gets really fun because now we're going to compare to a bunch of different stuff. First things first, let's compare to our other My Hero stuff from Kaiyodo. And here we have your main man, Deku. As you can see, Bakugou is indeed taller than Deku. I like where this is going already. The reason why I like it because Bakugou is supposed to be taller. I'm not sure if it's... I honestly can't remember. I've been reading so long. Deku does get a bit bigger. But for the most part, I believe that Bakugou is supposed to be bigger than Deku. Right? And then you got your main man, All Might, obviously, who's going to tower over these two. So I'm going to put him literally right behind. There's no point in even putting him in front because even from behind, you can see that he's bigger. Now we're going to compare the Figma Bakugou, who is tiny in comparison to our counterpart. Like, even if I put him in front, you can see he's just smaller. But as I put him to the side, so let's rotate that arm over just a little bit. As I put him to the side, even from head to toe, he's almost about a whole head taller. You know what I mean? Let's remove you. And let's put out some other people. So, we should have... Oh, here we go. Your main man, Todoroki from Figma. And I feel like Todoroki should absolutely be bigger. But it's the Figma non-scale stuff. So, he's going to be much smaller. And then I do have Kirishima and... Wait, where'd she go? Oh, wait, give me a second. I'm going to go find them. So, as I was saying, we're going to add Kirishima and Uraraka. So, here's a Choco, who is very, very small compared to the others. And then here we have Kirishima, who I like his size. It's not bigger than, but it does look really well next to Bakugou. I'm going to have to hold her up. Oh, no. There we go. Tiny girl. So, yeah, we have our different sizes. I think Kirishima works a lot better, but I think Todoroki had a much bigger growth spurt, so he should be taller as well too, but he's not. But then again, you know, we'll see what happens. Hopefully we get more people from Kaiyodo. I'm really hoping they really try to go through class 1A and get everybody done. I'm really looking forward to that, for real. But now we're going to take these guys away and we're going to compare to some other lines so we can see how Bakugou kind of fares off with everyone else, right? First things first, I do have a McFarlane Stain. And I think because they're kids, I don't mind him being a taller adult. If this was like one of those one-on-one fights, I would actually like this. This would actually be a really good standoff fight. But in a much larger group, like with All Might and stuff like that, I don't know if it will work really well. But yeah, I like this. Next up, we have, a Marvel Legends Black Panther. I'm going to use what's around. Yeah. So here we are with Black Panther. Here we are with a Hasbro Lightning Collection Zeo Green. Here we have a Cobra Trooper. Right? Now as you can see, Bakugou is smaller than these guys, but these are going to make him seem taller when that's not really the case. Here's an SH Fig Arts Kamen Rider Metal Cluster Hopper 01. Bakugou stands a little bit shorter than that, but again, his part of his costume makes him feel taller. Let's take these guys away. Next up, we have a Mythic Legions Barbarian. This guy could be really cool to fight Bakugou. Like some crazy one-handed fight. Some one-off fight. As a villain, maybe. You can make him look like a villain. Here is a Mezco cosplay me. Oh, and here is an articulated icons ninja. So you can have ninjas versus Bakugou. Make them ninja nomus or something. You know what I mean? Have some fun. Get some creativity in your crossover, right? If Deadpool could be a part of My Hero now, anything can. Oh, and last but not least, just for fun, here's an SH Figure Arts Kamen Rider Kuga to finalize the tradition. But yeah, I hope that you guys have enjoyed. This has been very fun to talk about firsthand as I like put down on my excitement for Bakugou. I hope you guys enjoy the photos. I may not be able to do a lot. My schedule has been really crazy now that I'm back to working and doing a bunch of other stuff. So it's a full-time thing, and hopefully, you know, it doesn't impede on all the reviews. But I'm going to try to keep pumping work out where I can. So please, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. As always, please be good, do good, drink your water, guys. Later.